recording. I hope that everything will be okay. So now it seems we are starting recording and we will start the first lecture. Okay, so here it is. And first of all, I can very quickly skip a brief introduction as we discussed about basic topics. It means linear regression analysis, logistic regression analysis, latent classes, exploratory factor analysis, confirmatory factor analysis, and introduction into structural equation modeling, and 5 homework assignments, oral exam, and paper draft for master degree course. Literature, schedule, and software we discussed, so we can go directly into recap of basic statistical concepts. So, first of all, I would like to briefly recap that in statistics and data analysis, we distinguish 3 types of variables. First one is called nominal. And we can only, for nominal variables, differentiate whether 2 values are the same or not. And if they are not the same, we are only able to say they are different. We are not able to say that one value is bigger than other, and we are not able to compute differences between 2 values. If somebody can provide some social science example of nominal variable, it would be nice from you.
For example, regions or some names, for example, of brands, etc.
Okay, so I would add information that nominal variables are maybe the first one, as the information included in these variables is only very simple. We can only say whether 2 values are the same or not. No more procedures are possible for these variables. For ordinal variables, there is one more option in comparison with nominal variables. And for ordinal variables, we can also prepare rankings. So it means we can say that one value, if it is not the same as the second one, is bigger or smaller. So we can also prepare rankings for ordinal variables. But what is not possible to apply for ordinal variables, at least in comparison with the last one type, which are called cardinal, continuous, etc., is to compute differences. So it means we are not able to compute the difference between 2 values. Some social science example of ordinal variables, if you can apply.
Level of higher education.
Level of education, this may be the most classical social science example. Thanks a lot. And cardinal variables, they are the best one, at least from statistical perspective, as they share the property with nominal variables. It means we can differentiate whether 2 values are the same or not. So if they are not the same, we can also rank them the same property as for ordinal, but we can also at least compute the difference for 2 possible values of cardinal or continuous scale. Once again, some example, ideally once again from social science branch.
For example, weight or your age?
Age would be nice. Okay, so these are nominal, ordinal, and cardinal. And as these properties of nominal, ordinal, and cardinal variables are not all the same, they are quite different, it seems quite logical that for these different types of variables, we need to apply different procedures for statistical data analysis. So the first brief recap is related to very simple descriptive statistics for these different types of variables. And we will not only discussing, but we will be also providing tools in JASP that can help us to analyze data directly. So we will start with the easiest type of variables. so it means with nominal variables. And if you try to describe your variable that is nominal, the easiest descriptive statistic is called mode, the most frequent value in my file. The other option is to prepare a so-called frequency table. It means table that will show you how frequent are individual answers for your variable. And if you like to prepare chart, there is option to prepare so-called pie chart or bar chart. And as we promised, we will not be only discussing about the concepts, but we will be also providing tools in JASP. So this is the first time we will open JASP. So here it is, how it looks like. So if you open JASP on your computer as well, this is the first introduction. Before we start to analyze data, I would like to spend some time on discussion about JASP and JASP analytical capabilities. Then we will briefly introduce data analysis with JASP procedures. And then, of course, we will start descriptive statistic of some nominal variable. So, first of all, it would be nice to explain why this software package is called JASP. It means JASP. So it is shortage of 4 words. J stands for Jeffreys. Jeffrey was one of the best statisticians in the field, which is called Bayesian statistics. And this is maybe a word for Jeffreys that one software package is named after him. So this is Jeffreys. A stands for amazing. So Jeffreys, amazing. And statistical package is SP. As this is the software which is related to Jeffrey's name, so it seems quite logical that it will include also Bayesian statistical computations. We will not discuss Bayesian statistics in this course, but please believe me, this is second option how to analyze data. One is called classical, sometimes frequentist, sometimes Fisherian. That's what we will be discussing here, and that's what maybe you were discussing in your previous statistical studies. And there is also one big alternative currently increasing in its power, and this is called Bayesian statistics, and it is also implemented in JASP. So this is another nice option of JASP. Here you have 3F for JASP according to their providers. So it is free currently, and free for every time. It is friendly. I hope you will recognize that it's really true that JASP is very easy to handle. And flexible, it means that JASP offers classical procedures as well as Bayesian procedures in the same package. So that's flexibility of JASP. I would add one more information that production of JASP is based on team which is led by Professor Jan Wagemakers, which is professor of Amsterdam University, one of the best psychometricians of the world. And also he is a big fan of Bayesian analysis, and that's why JASP came as software that can handle classical as well as Bayesian data analysis. Currently, the newest version, I hope so, is JASP 0.14.1. I guess you have the same version as you downloaded JASP just before some days. So we all should have the same version. And I expect that maybe in the next 3 months, there will be also new version with some small updates and maybe with some new procedures. So,
I'm sorry, can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't actually able to download like the latest version because my computer did not allow it because it's not that new. So is it a problem?
Not for this course.
Okay.
You should at least have descriptives, and this is for all versions.
I do have like everything that you
You
have.
should have regression, and you should also have by this plus option SEM.
Yes, I do have it. Okay.
That's all what is necessary. So I guess that if you have version, maybe if you go down up to version 10, all necessary stuff is included.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe that in the second part of the semester, in structural equation modeling and related techniques, there will be some minor changes in different options of procedures, but these will be only minor changes. It's not necessary to take this into account. Okay, thanks for your question. And we can go back into JASP. So you can see this is some basic option, and these are some additional options. Currently, SEM is included in my JASP as we will be using this procedure. And there are more options, but we will not be using these special options. So only SEM is for us necessary. So if you like to work with JASP, it means analyze data. The first what is necessary is to open data file. So if you like to open data file, you need to visit left upper corner, and these three blue lines is opening dialog of JASP. Here you can see you can open something. You can also save something, you can also export something, and there are also some options called preferences. And if you click into about, there will be brief information about JASP. So I will start a discussion about basic logic of JASP, data management, and about outputs. So if you are familiar with SPSS, you know that in SPSS environment, there is some special formatting of SPSS data files. The extension SAV is the most common for SPSS data files. And if you open SPSS and you are preparing some outputs, you will get new window. And if you like to save your output, it means tables and charts, you can save it. Usually the extension of this output file is SPV. If you are familiar with SPSS programming code, you know that you can also open programming window. It is called usually syntax window in SPSS. And if you save this window, you can save file with the extension SPS. In JASP, the logic is slightly different. You can open the file, and this file is usually expected that was prepared by some other. It can be prepared, for example, in Microsoft Excel and saved as CSV, comma separated values. This will be the first file we will be using, this CSV format. You can also prepare for JASP data file in text processor. So it means only text is included. And if it is saved as TXT file, JASP can also open it. And the big advantage for SPSS users or users of SPSS data files in JASP is that JASP also can open SAV, it means SPSS original data file. And I will show you this option in some of the next lectures. So this is about data file. If you prepare some data analysis in JASP, JASP automatically will open you the next window, which is output window. And not only output window, JASP will also open as the third window with dialogues for individual procedures. And all this stuff, it means data file, window for inclusion of data procedures, and window with outputs can be at the end of your work saved as one file. So everything is included into one file with the extension, which is very simple to remember, and this extension is JASP. So files with extension of JASP can include data file, then procedures that were carried, and then as the last step, outputs that were provided by JASP. And if you open once again this previously saved JASP file, you are once again at the end of your previous analysis and you can continue. So that's all about JASP data management. So it means about opening and saving data file. If you don't like to save JASP format, as this can be opened only by JASP, there is also possibility to export data into text format. So there is another option. So now we will open our data file. Once again, data file which is called flats CSV, which is available for you in SIS. And if you try to open this data file, you must follow open, then computer, then you must need to browse and find your data file. It means folder in which data file is stored. So I would go into my folder, and here you can find all formats that JASP can read. JASP format, CSV, TXT, then JASP can also read SAV, so it means SPSS data file. ODS, it is the format from Libre or OpenOffice, analogy to Microsoft Excel. DTA, SAS, SAS, etc. These are data formats for commercial packages, SAS as data. And the last one format is POR. Now, this is alternative format for SPSS. So these are options. So we can click into flats and open. And if you wait for a second, you should get the data file as I have here. So it means some data file about flats. So if you are familiar with SPSS, and most of you are familiar with this package, so you can see that the appearance of JASP is very close to SPSS. You can see individual columns, so it means individual variables. You can see individual rows, it means individual cases. And there is only one small change. In SPSS, you should find here on the left bottom part some alternative dialog for data view and variable view. For JASP, there is no such tool, but you can see that, for example, the scale of the variable is included here by the picture. So it means this is long scale cardinal variable. This is expected to be nominal variable. This is expected to be ordinal variable. So these properties are directly recognized automatically or from SPSS data file by definition in SPSS. And you can change these properties. So if you, for example, think that price, here it is price of the flat, is not cardinal variable, you would click into this picture and you can change scale into ordinal or nominal variable. We will be using sometime these properties, as sometimes automatic recognition is not correct, but that's how we can handle different types of variables. Not only types of variables can be stored in JASP, but for nominal variables and for ordinal variables, JASP can also save labels for individual categories. So for example, here, this is variable whether the flat is new or not. And if you click double time into this dialog, you can assign here labels for categories 0 and 1. So for example, if 0 would be no and 1 would be yes, JASP can remember these value labels and can apply these value labels, of course, also into the analysis. So I would close it, and now JASP would remember that new 0 means no, as you can see, and maybe there is also some flat that is new, so yes should be included, but here there is some small mistake. I will check it. Yes, now it should be included. So this is handling of scales of variables and handling of data value labels. Unfortunately, JASP, but this is the same nearly for all software packages, cannot assign variable label. So only these short descriptions of variables are available for you, such as price, size, new, balcony, etc., etc. So that's a brief introduction into JASP environment, and now we will go into first procedure, and I expect that you would love JASP for future. As you will see, this is very, very easy to analyze data in JASP, and JASP is really interactive software package. So once again, we would like, first of all, to describe some nominal variable. So it means compute mode, to see frequency table, and maybe to see pie chart or bar chart. So I would, for simplicity, use the variable third one, whether the flat is new or not. We would go into descriptives.
Taky větší se takhle ráno dělat do počítače. Ono se prostě to angličtině a ukazuje tam nějaký ten program, který bude používat.
I can ask you to mute your microphone off. Okay. Okay. So we can switch on descriptive statistics. So let's go into descriptives, and you can see the appearance of JASP. So at the left side, you can see list of variables that are available for data analysis. Here, you would define variables that should be analyzed here, and here directly, JASP prepare the table for results. Before we start to analyze, it's quite good to prepare data analysis properly. So if we would like to analyze nominal variable, we would ask for frequency table here. And maybe it would be also nice to go into statistics and to say, we would like to compute mode. For nominal variable, mean is not necessary. Standard deviation is not necessary, and we can leave minimum and maximum. And you can see directly this table is slightly changed. Valid and missing, so it means number of valid cases and missing cases. Mode, minimum, maximum, and frequency table will be added. And if you would like to see some plots, you can see that here there are some basic options. And for us, the easiest one for nominal variables would be to see pie chart. So click into pie chart. And now the same style in SPSS, you would take one or more variables and move it to the right window called variables. So clicking here. And now JASP is computing our results. So what is possible to see is that we have 263 valid values and 8 missing values, whether the flat is new or not. Mode is 0, so it means if we go back and we know that the variable new is coded, no, it is not new flat, and 1, it is new flat. So most of our flats are new, are not new, as 0 is the mode. We can see directly in the next frequency table that 257 flats are not new, 6 are new, and for 8 we do not have any information. Minimum and maximum, 0 and 1, that's not big surprise. And if you like, but here it's not necessary to see pie chart, so here we have descriptive pie chart. So this is basic descriptive statistics in JASP for nominal variable, frequency table, pie chart, and maybe some basic descriptive statistics such as mode. So that's very easy to use it, and I hope that it's very easy to read these results, and they are nearly the same as for SPSS. Frequency table, the same as procedure for frequencies. Descriptive statistics, the same as procedure for descriptives. So this is very, very close procedure to procedures in SPSS environment. Some more tips and tricks for JASP. If you are preparing your data analysis, JASP automatically would call this procedure by the same name as are these titles of these analytical procedures. So for example, here JASP would write descriptive statistics. If I would like to write here, for example, descriptive statistics for the variable new flat, I can click here into this pencil icon, and I can edit this title. So I can write here for variable new flat, and this will be new title for this analysis. So that's the first tip. Next tip is that you can use this triangle to show full dialog or to hide the full dialog. So you can click here and change it. Next one trick here is by this green plus icon. If you click into this icon, you will make copy of this analysis, and you can maybe change settings, change variables, change settings, change title, etc. By this red cross, you can remove the analysis from your output. And the last one icon, this blue eye, means that you will get information, you will get help for your analysis. So here you will find the description, what can, for example, descriptive can do for you. So you can read it, and also there are some notes. And one last information, which is general about JASP, is that JASP is based on our computations. So behind the JASP environment, it means this graphical interface, there is hidden environment of our project. So it means the biggest free non-commercial statistical package. So you can, for example, here read that our packages that are implemented into descriptive statistics are ggplot, gggrepl, greatstats, and Stringer. So these packages in R are used for these computations. So that's the first introduction into JASP, into descriptive statistics for nominal variables. And now it's time to